So, just a couple things off the top of my head. I'm sitting here scrolling through, the internet and YouTube, and I see things like what just happened with Lake Mead, shock scientists, and the other river in another country drying up. I don't remember the exact name of the lake, but I sit here and I ask myself these questions. When we drink water and we pee the water out. So the water is going somewhere. There's always going to be water here. It's just, is there going to be clean water? See, this is the thing that we don't think about. Like they say we're going to run out of water. No, we're not going to run out of water. It's just, are we going to treat the water? Are we going to have clean water to drink? Because, like I said, when you drink the water, it has to go somewhere. Water just doesn't disappear. Water doesn't disappear. It can't disappear. It has to go somewhere in the earth. It has to go somewhere in the ground or in a tree or, in the woodwork. It has to go somewhere. It can't just disappear. So this is what do we really ask ourselves these kinds of questions? And what I say to these scientists and people that are in charge of this, why are they not letting us know about these things if these things are really going on? Why ain't they saying, look, we need to start limiting our take of fresh water. We need to start putting out some kind of law to slow down because, see, people, this is why we need to bring back limiting and discipline. We need to bring back discipline and limiting in this world ourselves because this consumer generation of just consume, 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 consume. Now, don't get me wrong. I can't be a hypocrite here. I buy things myself, but I very rarely buy things. I buy things when I really need to get them. The stand that I have this phone on right now, I bought last year, just, a month or so ago, and I bought 2 wires. I bought 3 things in a year. I bought 2 little wires, and I bought this phone stand with this light to help me light my videos up. And I try not to buy hardly anything at all, but there are 2 ways to go about when I'm talking about limiting ourselves. There is one way of I talk about limiting ourselves with music and art and things like that because people use way too much stuff. There's just everything is just right there for us. It's like everything is just right there. You can get FL Studio and you can have a piano roll and you can put notes right on there and you can just drag and drop loops and drag and drop drum rhythms. There's no creativity that builds. There's no starting from scratch anymore. There's no starting from nothing and making something. This is why we're so bored. This is why nobody knows what to really do with themselves because everything is too easy today. It's not like back in the day. You had to actually do things to get to where you wanted to be for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. And then the other part of limiting, before I go any further, what I mean by limiting ourselves is in that aspect. But there's another way that we need to be limiting ourselves is with the amount that we consume, the amount of things that we do and we don't realize that we're doing. But then yet again, we limit ourselves in the way that we think about things. You see, there's always a 2-way thing going on here. It's never just one thing. When you use a word, there's always another meaning to the word. There's always another thing going on behind the scenes. So this is why Nothing is as it seems in this world. Nothing is as it seems here. Everything that you think is some way, it's actually probably the opposite way, and then it flips around on its backside and it's another way. So I'm not going to make this video long, but it's just to say they're talking about we're going to run out of water. No, we're not going to run out of water. It's that people need to start being more responsible. We need to have more discipline in our lives. We need to limit our consumption of things. We need to start limiting our ignorance in how we do things on this earth. That's the problem. The problem is with people. It's what people are doing. Like I said, the water cannot go anywhere. Water can't go anywhere. When you drink water, it goes in your body. You pee the rest of the water out and it's going into the toilet and you're flushing it and it's going out to some stream or into some wherever it goes. I don't know where the water goes from here. I don't when you flush the toilet, it doesn't go I'm probably wrong about that. I'm wrong about that. It doesn't go into a stream, I don't think, but it filters out. It goes wherever it goes, and then it's either poured somewhere or it's filtered somewhere. I don't know exactly. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know exactly where my water goes from here, but the thing is, are we going to have clean water? Are we going to do something about our situations? See, if we just keep letting things be how they are, and there's nobody saying, look, it's time that we need to start thinking differently. It's time that we need to start limiting our consumption. It's time that we need to quit giving out so much shit and producing and making so much stuff. I don't mind some stuff. I mean, I even have a in my description below with, I'm trying to get rid of a little bit of my art stuff to make a little bit of a profit, but that hasn't been working out too well. And it's whatever, I kind of figured, if you're not one of these huge, big tube YouTubers or whatever, that it's going to be very hard to get your stuff found. But see, I'm not trying to get rich. I'm just trying to make a living off of this stuff. I'm not trying to get rich off of it. See, others, they're trying to get rich off of something that they're getting rid of. I'm trying to make a living, an honest living off of something. I'm not trying to get rich on this platform. I'm just trying to make an honest living, asking for donations and asking people to like my video and to, if you can get something, get something. I don't have this kind of charisma like someone like the Amazing Atheist or someone like that, where he goes, look, you little shit, go down and get yourself something, quit complaining or whatever, I'll smack you upside the head. I don't have that kind of charisma. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way that I do it. I just allow people to do whatever they do, and then I do what I do. I don't force anybody to do anything. That's just not how I am. But anyway, this isn't even what I wanted to talk about, but it's just things are never as they seem. I'm telling you, just when you're going through something or you think something is going on or they tell you something, don't ever look at it like you think that's what it is. Always look into it yourself and never assume things. Never assume that you know for sure. Never assume. I'm not saying I know anything in this video. I'm not saying I'm for sure of anything. I just know that I'm for sure of when I drink water, that water's going somewhere. We're not going to run out of water here on the earth. We're not going to run out of things. It's just, are we going to be wasteful? Are we going to do with these things what we're not supposed to be doing? You see, this is the problem. When we're not taking care of ourselves and we're not taking care of the things we're doing, then this is when the problem comes in, and it's people doing this. You see, I was just watching something here on Charles Bukowski again, and I will bring him up a lot because he is someone that I listen to a lot. I watch videos with him, and a lot of what he says, I don't hear too many people say. But he was talking about how nature is indifferent. Nature does not care. Nature doesn't care. But he said, when I look at the fly, when I look at the fly in the spider's web and I see all that going on, I care because I can care. You see, and he's talking about how people, they're dumb. They go to restaurants at 5 o'clock and they're not even hungry. They just go there to say, we have to eat. You see, this is how we don't even think. We don't even use our minds. Like he said, they're not even hungry when they go there. They go there because it's time to eat. It's just time to eat. So I have to go to a restaurant and get something. I don't do that. I don't live like that. I wait until I'm hungry to eat. When I get up, yeah, I have some routine things that I do. When I get up, I take my one medication I take, and then I wait a little bit to drink my coffee because if you wait a little while, you will have less of a crash. It's scientific proof. And I look into these things for myself because I care for myself. And see, people that don't care for themselves, there's two ways of not caring. There is the not caring about stupid bullshit and not caring about dumb things that everybody else does. And there's caring for yourself. There's caring for the things that you do, the things that you are doing in your life, you see. And the people that are just people that don't care about either one, I mean, these people, they are the problem here. They are the problem. They are the toxicity in the cities. This is what it means by the toxicity of our cities. It's more than likely talking about you and me. It's not talking about them. You see, we all look at certain things in first, second, or third person when we need to look at everything in first, second, and third person. You see, everything comes in threes if you really think about it. Coffee, you got to have the cup, you got to have the water, and you got to have the coffee. With God, God the Father, God the Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. Brushing your teeth, the toothbrush, the toothpaste, and the water. Everything comes in threes most of the time, and it's just like with the persons, first, second, and third person, if you really think about it. Like a computer, you got to have the computer, you got to have the thing with the computer, and you got to have the memory and the gigabytes in the computer. Like with my phone, I got to have the phone, I got to have something to hold it on, and I got to have something to speak into to record the video. But yeah, it's humans just don't realize a lot of these little tiny things while we are here living, and then we wonder why there are big problems. We wonder why there are these things that just keep going on all the time. It's because it takes one individual person to change things. The world is not going to change as a whole. The world is never going to change. You have to stop thinking the world's going to change. The only ones that can change while we're here is us. Is us. It's only me that can change something. It's only me that can look at something differently, because the world will stay like the world. The world will keep thinking the way that the world does. So anyway, I'm going to end this video. I don't want to make this video real long because I got something else to talk about. I just wanted to bring that up and I wanted to get a little deeper in what I meant, but I lost train of thought. That's why I just got on here and recorded, because if I wait too long, it slips my mind, and it's better when I just get on here and do it. But yeah, I'm going to end with that. So yeah, it's just the individual person listening. It is about you. You're going to live with you and you're going to die with you. Everything that happens here determines the rest of your life right now determines the rest of your life. You see, what you're doing now determines how you're going to feel later. You know, the things that you're thinking now is going to determine what you're thinking later. The habits you have now are going to be the habits that you have later on in life. So, anyway, I'll talk with y'all later.